Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my thoughts on the Tommyknockers by Stephen King. I'm not going to call this a book review because I feel like that sounds a little bit too professional for me. Makes me feel a little bit too stressed out, and I don't need that in my life. So yeah, let's just talk about the Tommyknockers. I just finished reading this book last night. I buddy read this with Joanie Reads and chapter 32, and that was a lot of fun. This book gets really mixed reviews. I've seen a lot of people say it's one of Stephen King's worst books ever, and I've seen a lot of people say it's one of their favorite Stephen King books. I just let the ducks out and they're super loud, I'm sorry. But I wanted to sit outside because it is a glorious day today. It's very fall-esque outside, and a large part of the book does take place in the woods, so it's kind of fitting. So anyway, as I was saying, this book has a lot of mixed reviews for it. I happen to fall into the camp of people who really like this book. Moving on, the Tommyknockers is basically an alien story, aliens here on Earth, not in outer space, and I've come to realize that I really do love alien stories that are on Earth. I've watched a lot of movies and seen a lot of TV shows about aliens, but I really haven't read books about aliens, and it's kind of surprising because since I've gotten into X-Files this year, aliens are like high up on my list of things I love to learn about or know about. So this might even be my first book I've read about aliens on Earth, probably. But yeah, it is about aliens and this woman named Bobby who owns this property up in Haven, Maine. She's a writer, of course. Stephen King seems to have lots of writers in his stories. But she is taking her dog for a walk in the woods one day, and she basically trips over a little piece of a spaceship that is sticking up out of the ground. And the spaceship starts to give her and all the other people in the town special powers. They can hear each other's thoughts. They have a lot of knowledge that they didn't used to have. They can make and create things that they wouldn't have been able to do before. And they all have this drive to dig the spaceship up. So the main character is a woman named Bobby, and the other main character is a man named Guard, who is Bobby's best friend, former lover. He writes poetry and he travels around. He's one of those characters that is incredibly broken. He has lots of things wrong with him, and I absolutely love the way that his storyline plays out. He's one of my favorite characters. I enjoyed him a lot. And there's another character that comes in later in the book. It's Bobby's sister, who is the biggest badass, mean, horrible person ever created, and I absolutely loved her character. She was so fun to read, and I feel like she just didn't get enough screen time, for lack of a better word. I wish she was in the book more than she was, but she is really one of my favorite characters I've ever read before, and I might just go back and reread her chapter several more times in the future because I had such a kick reading about her. I kind of get Needful Things vibes from this book. I don't know what order this was written in, but you kind of get the ins and outs of different people in the town and what their issues are because they can read each other's minds. And it's a little bit slow at the beginning. I do feel that the book could have lost 100 or so pages. There's a lot in there that really wasn't necessary. But once you get past the middle and more towards the end, the book is like a snowball going downhill. It is crazy fast. So much stuff is going on. And that's what really gives me the Needful Things vibe. Just the pacing, I guess, of the story and the way the ending plays out. Needful Things might be my favorite Stephen King book. I do like it more than the Tommyknockers, but I really did like the Tommyknockers. It also has some amazing horror elements. The people in the town start to change. I don't want to give too much away, but when changes happen, they are really gross and horrific and disturbing. But I found it fascinating, and I was totally hooked in what was going on with the people and the changes. So yeah, from a horror perspective, I think it was outstanding. I like the sci-fi elements. Although the explanation that we had for why the aliens were here and what the plan was, I didn't fully understand. Maybe I should go back and reread those parts, but I really liked it, and I'm really glad I read it. Even if it had at least 100 pages that didn't belong in here, it was still a great read for me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to reading Dreamcatcher by Stephen King soon, because I know that's another one of his alien books. So yeah, if you've read Dreamcatcher or Tommyknockers, let me know what you think of these books down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on these. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see y'all later. Bye.